everybody, Kay here, and today I'm bringing you the tutorial that I promised you on the Accordion Zig Zag mini album, which is this one right here. This one and this one. I actually have the boy and girl version made with the papers from Authentique, Cuddle Boy and Girl. So today I'm going to take you through the tutorial to make the base for this kind of mini album. So before we get started, let's do a quick walkthrough. So this is what the album looks like. I hold it together with a ribbon. Front, here's the back. It opens this way. And then it's an accordion style mini album that opens up like this. And this one, as you can see, is already filled with pictures of my own little guy. I made two little pockets that hold little tags for journaling. One here, and one towards the beginning of the mini album. This mini album is meant for 2x3 wallet size photos. And you can put pictures on both sides of the mini. This side and on this side. And that's what it looks like from the top, which is why I give it the name of the Accordion Zig Zag mini album. Alright, so this is the album that we're going to make today. So, what you'll need to make the base of the mini album. For your covers, you're going to need 2 pieces of either light weight chipboard or heavyweight cardstock. This cardstock that I used for the covers on my mini albums, these are actually, and I still have it here next to me, it's actually 110-pound weight paper by Recollections. That's what I've used to make this one. There it is, 110 pound. So it's not as thick as chipboard, and you can use your trimmer to cut it to size, which I like, but it's also not as easily bendable. So for a mini album like this, like a simple little mini album, I think this is good enough to use. So you'll need 2 pieces. Both pieces will measure 6 1/8 by 2 3/4 inches. And you will score them at 5 3/4. So when you score them at 5 3/4, it'll give you a spine measuring about 3/8 of an inch. And that's going to be your spine of the mini album. So once again, you need for the covers 2 pieces measuring 6 1/8 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And you score it in 5 3/4, and it'll give you a 3/8 inch spine. So that's the covers. For the pages, you're going to need 7 pieces measuring 5.5 inches by 2.5 inches. 7 pieces measuring 5.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And you're going to score 6 of these pieces at 1 inch. So I've already pre-scored everything, as you can see. So at 1 inch, you're going to score each piece only on one side. Now, I said 6 pieces out of the 7 because you're going to pick one of these, and it's going to be the bottom of your mini. And as you can see, I've labeled mine bottom. Yes, I have to do that because then I will mix myself up. So I always pick one, and I label it the bottom because, as you can see, this one is not scored. That's why I identify it, so I don't mix it up with the other 6. So this will be one not scored. Label it bottom. This will be the bottom of the mini. And then you're going to take the other 6 pages, and you're going to score them only on one side at 1 inch. And then finally, for the 2 pockets, you're going to need 2 pieces measuring 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And you're going to score 3 of the 4 sides at, I'm pretty sure I scored it at 1/2 inch. Yep, 1/2 inch. So once again, 2 pieces measuring 3.5 inches by 2.5 2.5 inches, and you're going to score on 3 sides only, 1/2 inch on each side. 3 sides only, 1/2 inch. All right, and that's it. That's all you need for the base of your album. Now to put it all together, you take the piece that's labeled the bottom, you lay it down, take your glue. I use wet glue because it's easier for me to position the pages, so I have maneuver room. So if I use 2-sided tape, it's pretty much a done deal. You have to get it right the first time. I'm not that great at doing that. I always put things crooked. I'm prone for that. I don't know why, but I am. So I always use wet glue to do this kind of gluing of papers. All right, so take your wet glue, and this is pretty much what you're going to do. So you have the bottom, and you have each of your pieces that are scored at 1 inch. Okay. And you're going to glue them. You're going to start alternating them. I start at my right hand side, so that it opens like this. So you're going to glue it, this 1 inch piece, you're going to put glue here, and you're going to put it on the right side of your bottom piece, flush on the edge, just like this. And that's going to be your first zigzag piece. And then the rest of the pieces you're going to do the same way, you're just alternating sides. So let's start. So let's put a little glue here. Grab the bottom piece, right hand side, and you're going to flush it. Just like that. Okay, and you're done with your first page. Then you're going to take your next page that's scored at 1 inch, burnish it so that it's flexible both ways. Okay. You're going to put a little glue. And you're going to, right on top of this one, but now on your left hand side, you're going to lay it, oops, right over there, flush against the edge. Just like that. And you're going to keep repeating the same process for all the pages. There you have it. So now when you open this up, oops, and there you go. You have your zigzag album. That's how it's going to look like. And that's the base of your page. That's your base of your mini album already. Now, to adhere it to the covers, this is what you're going to do. So we're done with the body of the mini album. We're going to put that aside. And now we're going to put the covers together. So for the covers, I do use two-sided tape. Let me see. Let me see which tape is better here. This one will work. I believe this is a quarter. Yeah, 1/4 inch. This is 1/4 inch tape. So basically the way the covers are going to be is this is your spine, and you're going to score both of them at 5 3/4. And basically you're going to create the covers of your mini album by putting adhesive on one side, or on the outside actually, and then you're going to lay this one right on top like this. And that's going to create your, first of all, you're going to have a reinforced spine, because the spine is doubled when you lay them together. And that's going to create the covers of your mini. So you have your little book. So I like to do it this way, so you don't see this. This is going to be the front of the mini album. I don't like to see this part sticking up, so I lay it towards the bottom like this. That's how I want it to look. So based on that, I'm going to put my double-sided adhesive on this side. You're done with the cover, and that's going to be the cover of your mini album. So this part, because the bottom is already labeled for you, you'll know exactly where to put it, is the bottom part, and it's going to go Adhere It right there. See? You could already see your mini album coming together. Finally, let's see the closure. I use ribbon for my closure. It's just the easiest kind of closure for me to make. So to make the closure, you're pretty much going to take the center of your cover, the bottom cover, and you're going to adhere on the inside of the cover the ribbon, like this. I use two-sided tape for this as well. So let me see. I'm going to do that now actually. So since this is wider ribbon, I think I'm going to use, let me see here. Yeah, it's too close. I'll stick to the 1/4 inch. Okay, that's on there. And now we're going to glue the base of our mini inside the cover. There we go. I had some residue over here that I have to clean because it keeps sticking. So here's the bottom. So we're going to use this glue again. Wet glue. Put it on the back of your mini. And you're going to lay this right on top here. Center it right on the bottom so that you have a black border, an even black border all around. That's really what you want to do. And that looks just about right. And that's it. Now, you do the same thing for the ribbon closure. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side of the cover. So, you're going to put some double-sided tape towards the middle of the... And sometimes what I do is, since I already have one side, I tend to close it. And with a pencil, I'll probably just mark the middle on this side so that they're on the same side. The ribbons are on the same side, because sometimes I might be a little off and then that won't look right. So that's what I tend to do. I'll just make a little tick mark here so that when I put the tape over here, it'll be on the same height as on the other side. And now don't worry about this tape, because when you start decorating your mini, the decorative paper is going to go right over this. So it's going to hide your ribbon. You're not going to see it. Alright. So I'm not going to do this yet. Now I'm going to do the pockets. We have 2 pockets to adhere. So I want to do this mini the same way that I did this one. So I added pockets right here. This is where I added my first pocket. So you have your pocket and you scored it on 3 sides, and that's what I'm folding right now. Folding along the score lines, burnishing. Okay. And then you're going to cut the edges right here. See that little square? You're going to cut horizontally, just like that. So basically what you're doing is you're tapering your edges, and you're going to do the same on this side where the 2 scored lines intersect. You're going to cut it horizontally, and then you're going to end up with something like this. Okay, you're going to do the same with the other pocket. To show you how the pockets are done. So double-sided tape there, tape here, and tape here. Just like that. Burnish your tape. Remove the backing. Just cut my nails. And of course I cut them right before I made this video, so now I don't have anything to grab onto this tape with. It's getting a little harder to take that backing off without any nails. And sometimes if you cut them, you can actually use the double-sided tape to your advantage so that your pocket will already be closed. So it's not that hard to adhere it to the base. So this is my model. This is where I want my pocket. Here's a top where you're going to slide in your journaling cards. So it's got to be flush right here. Oops. Let's see. There you go. And there you have it. So now you have a pocket to put in a little tag. And that actually fits right there as in a sample. See? And then you're going to pick another one of these. I gotta clean that glue, whatever it is. It keeps sticking on over here. You're going to pick another one of these pages to add your other pocket to. And I think in my sample one, I added it to the second to last page. So it would be this one right here. Because, yep, here's my bottom. So here's my other pocket, and I adhered it on this side. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I just did now. Put my double-sided tape, and then I'm going to adhere it right there, like that. so that I have a pocket. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to go fully decorate this mini album because you're done. This is the base of your mini album. You're done. This is it. Now all you have to do is decorate, add your pockets, and then decorate everything, mat everything with the paper of choice. I'm going to decorate it with Authentique's paper Utopia. I already have everything pre-cut. And the way I mat everything is I make my designer paper a 1/4 of an inch smaller than my base. So to give you an example, the covers, right? And I don't include the spine for the cover because this is the spine, so we don't include that in our measurements. The covers measure 5 3/4 by 2 3/4. So my designer paper is going to be, and I wrote it down right here, it's going to be 5 1/2 by 2 1/2. So 1/4 inches smaller on each side. And when you do it that way, it leaves a nice border all the way around your designer paper like this. So this is what it's going to look like. All right, and you do the same thing for all your matting. So I already have everything pre-cut, as you can see here. These are the mats for the middle pieces, and these are all the mats that are going to go on either side of my paper, which measures an inch. So this is 3/4 wide. Yep, 3/4 wide by 2 1/4 inches high. Because that's the base is 2 1/2. So one there, one there, and this guy's gonna go in the middle. And that's how you start putting your mini album together. All right. So I'm going to go decorate this, and then I'll be right back to show off the finished mini. I am back to quickly show the finished mini album. So here it is. Once again, I made it with the paper from Authentique, the Utopia collection, which is a vacation-themed collection, and it has a lot of bright colored paper. So I figured I'd kind of keep with that theme, and I made this into kind of like a mini album where you could store vacation photos to hopefully some nice warm tropical island. So I left the cover pretty simple because the flowers from the designer paper I felt decorated it really nice. All I did was add a couple of which I don't know if you get the camera will capture that, but it has a little glimmer. See there it goes. Looks like I could capture it right there. But I added some shimmer to the flowers with my Wink of Stella marker that I have. I just recently discovered these and I love them. It's great for adding little subtle shimmer like that. And I just added a cutout from the collection, Live by the Sun, Love by the Moon, which I really liked. So it's held together with ribbon. And here's the back, the spine, and the front. Open it up. Here's the inside. And I added a little saying from another cutter part and added some little rhinestones on the corners to give it some bling. And now to open up the inside, it opens up like this. And as you can see, it's really, really, really colorful paper. There you go. And here's my first pocket, my back pocket. And it has 2 little tags in it. This is actually a sticker from the collection, and it fit pretty well on a tag, so I made a tag out of it. And the backs of every single one are blank, so you can write on it, your journaling tags. So, there it is. One side. And here's the other side. Here's the other pocket. 2 tags. Again, white on the back for journaling. And let's pull this one out, the other side. That's it. And there you have it, the completed mini album. Okay. Quick and simple mini album, can hold a lot of 2x3 photos. You can add journaling to it. Easy peasy. Well, hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you're inspired to make your own little accordion zigzag mini albums. Thanks for stopping by.